Okay, so hi everyone, my name is Rafa Varianti, student of English Education Study Program. So this video is made to fulfill the midterm test of English debate. Honestly, I'm a little nervous recording this because I kept recording when I make mistake, but I decided to just be natural and do my best. Okay, so without further ado, let's get started. I'm ready to answer the question. Here we go. What did you do before coming to class today? Honestly, I wake up a little late this morning, so I didn't have much time. I just quickly washed my face, changed my clothes, grabbed some snacks, and I was actually afraid it'd be late. And next, how are you feeling right now and why? Right now, I'm feeling a little nervous to be honest because this is a test and I'm not really confident with my English speaking, but I try to stay calm and just do my best. And next, what is something interesting that happened to you this week? This week, me and my friend had a small argument about which is a better iPhone and Android. It's why funny because everyone had such a strong opinions we ended up talking about it for a long time. Next, do you prefer studying in the morning at the night and why? I prefer studying at the night because during the day it's too noisy in my course and I always feel sleepy after lunch. At the night it's quieter and I feel more focused even though sometimes I end up sleeping too late. And next, what do you usually do when you feel stressed? When I feel stressed, I usually Next, what do you usually do when you feel stressed? When I feel stressed, I usually just lie down and scroll TikTok and or watching YouTube and sometimes I eat. I think eating in my biggest stress. Really for honestly, sometimes um I listening to music like me feeling better. And okay, next, do you think social media is more helpful or harmful and why? I think it depends on the person. For me, social media is helpful because I can find a lot of study materials, tutorials, even English practice video, but also see many people, including myself, sometimes wasting hours just scrolling without purpose. So I think it's helpful, but we need to control ourselves. Next, which is your favorite app and why do you use so often? My favorite app is TikTok. I know some people say it's just for entertainment, but actually I learned long a lot from there. English tips, general knowledge, even cooking. I use it so often because the content is short and easy to consume. Maybe too easy actually. That's why I can stop. Okay, next. Do you think students should have less homework? Why or why not? Yes, definitely. I think sometimes the amount of homework is too much. We have many subjects at the same time, and when every lecturer gives assignment in the same week, it become really overwhelming. I think less homework but more meaningful would be much better for students. And next, is it better to study alone or with friends and why? For me personally, I prefer studying alone. I get bored easily and lose focus. When I'm with my friends, we can discuss, ask each other question, and I understand something I can readily ask them. But of course, we need the right friends, not the ones who just end up gossiping the whole the time. Okay, next. What makes a good teacher in your opinion? A good teacher is someone who makes students feel comfortable to ask questions without feeling stupid. I really appreciate teachers who are patient and don't make us feel embraced when we make mistakes also. A teacher we makes the class fun, relatable, not just reading from the slides the whole the time. Okay, next, which is better online learning or offline learning and why? In my opinion, offline learning is better when I started online learning. COVID, honestly, I didn't observe much. It was easy to get distracted. The internet connected was bad and I felt disconnected from the class offline, learning feels more real. I can interact directly with their lecturer and feel more motivated. And next, do you agree that money can buy happiness? Explain your answer. I partly agree. I think money can buy things that make life easier, can more comfortable, and that contributes to happiness. But when I see my parents, they don't have because they have each other and close family. So I believe money helps, but it's not everything. Okay, next. So, a universities shouldn't be required to wear uniforms. Why or why not? I don't think so. University is different from high school. We are already adults, and I think we so have the freedom to express ourselves through what we wear as long as we dress politely and appropriately. I don't see that need for uniforms at university levels. And next, is it better to live in city or in a village, and why? This is actually a tough question for me because I come from a small town, living in a city like a Pontianak has more facilities, malls, hospital, and university, but sometimes I miss the calm and simplicity of my hometown. I think for now, city life is better for education and future, but deep down, I love the village atmosphere. Okay, next, do you think English is important for your future career and why? Yes, very much. I'm studying English education, so obviously, English is my main skill. But even outside my field, almost all good job vacancies now require English, and I want to go abroad of work with international companies. English is absolutely necessary. That's also one reason I want to improve my speaking skills. Okay, next. What would you do if you were the minister for education? If we're the minister of education, the first thing I want to do is increase teacher salaries, especially for teacher in remote areas. Many talented people don't want to become teacher because the salary is too low. Its teachers are well paid and appreciated. The quality of education will automatically improve. And next, why do some students feel afraid to speak English? I think the biggest reason is a fear of being judged. Many students, including me sometimes, are afraid of making grammar mistakes and being looked at the classmates. Also, we didn't practice enough speaking when we were in school. Most of the time we only focus on writing and reading, so when we need to speak it feels very unfamiliar and scary. Okay, next, what is the biggest problem in education today? In my opinion, the biggest problem is the gap between education quality in the city. In rural areas, students in the big cities have access to better school, better teacher, and more facilities, but students in remote villages still struggle with basic things. This inequality makes it hard for everyone to have equal opportunities. And next, how can students improve their speaking skills? From my own experience, the most effective way is just practice without being afraid of mistakes. Watch English movies or series without Indonesian subtitles. Try to think English and find speaking partner. Also join debate class like this really helps. The more you speak, the more confident you become. And next, do you think technology makes people lazy? Why or and why not? Honestly, yes, a little bit. I notice in myself that sign everything is available online. I don't try as hard to memorize or think deeply. Why remember something when you can just Google it, right? Right, but I also think it depends on how we use it. Technology as a tool, it can make us lazy, it can make us smarter. The choice is ours. If you could change one rule in your campus, what would it be? I would change the rule about class attendance. Pretend I will understand attendance is important, but sometimes students have a real reason why they can come. Sickness, family problems, or even financial issues that force them to work part-time. I think that a rule should be more flexible and considerate our student different situation. And next, if you were a famous influence, what kind of content would you create? I would create content about daily English learning, but in a fun and a casual way, not like a formal class. Sometimes like English in everyday situation or funny skits comparing how Indonesian use English versus native speakers. I want people to learn while lacking because I believe learning should be enjoyable. And next, if English disappears tomorrow, what will happen? Well, that will be chaotic. So many international systems depend on English, the internet, science, efficient diplomacy. I think communication between countries will break down. And personally, I'd be devastated because I spent too many years studying it. By maybe it will also be a change for other language to rise up. And next, what is more and next, what is more influential? What is more influential, teacher or social media, and why? This is really interesting. I think it's short term. Social media is more influential because it still reaches millions of people instantly and shapes opinions very quickly. But in the long term, a good teacher has a deeper and more lasting influence and a personal characteristic and mindset and personally remember. And last, if you could debate anyone in the world, who would it be and why? I would want to debate my friends who always argue that studying in English is useless because we live in Indonesia. I want to show him with real arguments and with evidence why English matters so much. And today word is will personal, passionate, and I'm pretty sure I will win. Okay, so that was my last answer. I think that's wrap from my terms test video. Honestly, doing this video was both challenge and fun. At the sometimes some question really made me think hard, and some made me laugh a little while recording. I know why English is not still not perfect. My pronunciation, my fluency, there's definitely a lot of room. That's all from me. Thank you so much, guys. Bye.